Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. The iPhone 18 Pro Max isn't about flashy redesigns or headline specs. It's about Apple quietly fixing the compromises of recent iPhones, reshaping priorities behind the scenes, and setting up a long-term shift that makes the iPhone 17 suddenly feel like a transitional device you might want to skip entirely. Let's dive right into the video, because once you connect these leaks together, the picture gets way more interesting than any single rumor on its own. Apple isn't chasing shock value this time. They're chasing control, efficiency, and longevity, and that starts with the display. Leaks point to a new generation OLED panel that isn't trying to wow you on day one, but instead fixes brightness consistency, color accuracy, and power draw over years of use. Side by side, the 17 Pro Max might look similar, but 6 months in, the 18 is the one that stays cooler, drains slower, and holds its quality longer. Apple skipping under display Face ID again isn't hesitation, it's discipline. They've learned that imperfect future tech hurts trust more than it helps hype. Then there's the internal redesign, and this is where Apple quietly wins. Reports suggest Apple is reworking the internal layout to fit a larger battery without adding thickness. That sounds boring until you compare it to recent iPhones that added power, but also added heat. This isn't about a bigger number on a spec sheet. It's about real-world endurance. Long recording sessions, navigation days, gaming marathons. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is being built to survive usage patterns Apple knows are coming, not the ones people had 2 years ago. Performance ties directly into that. The A20 Pro isn't about raw speed flexing, it's about efficiency and AI workloads running locally. Compared to the iPhone 17, which already feels fast, the difference here shows up in stability. Less throttling, smoother sustained performance, and smarter background processing. Apple is clearly preparing for heavier on-device intelligence, and the 18 Pro Max looks like the first phone designed around that future instead of reacting to it. Quick side note, this is exactly why I've been using tools like Walrus lately. When tech gets more complex, managing files, workflows, and cross-device stuff becomes a headache. Walrus quietly solves that without getting in the way, which is very much the same philosophy Apple seems to be returning to here. Cameras are another quiet but meaningful shift. Leaks suggest a stronger telephoto system with better low light and stabilization, and this is Apple doubling down on creators. Side by side, the 17 Pro Max still takes great photos, but the 18 is clearly tuned for consistency. Less jitter, better night zoom, more reliable video. It's not about viral features, it's about trust. Pick up the phone, hit record, and know it'll deliver. Zooming out, the bigger signal is Apple's strategy. Multiple reports suggest a premium-first lineup, with the iPhone 18 Pro Max acting as the centerpiece alongside future form factors. That explains the rumored return to Titanium 2. Lighter, stronger, better heat handling. It's Apple correcting course after experimenting. And honestly, it makes the iPhone 17 Pro Max feel like the in-between model that had to exist so the 18 could be right. By the way, over 70% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. If you're the kind of person who actually cares about the details, the why behind the decisions, and not just the spec wars, subscribing isn't about supporting a channel, it's about joining a smarter tech conversation. Everything still points to a September 2026 launch, no delays on the Pro models, which tells us Apple is confident. And that confidence is the biggest leak of all. The question isn't whether the iPhone 18 Pro Max will be better than the 17. It's whether Apple already knows the 17 is the one you're supposed to skip. Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.